Hey everybody, welcome back to another Stoneface Reactions. I'm Theta, this is Lessons, and we are back with episode 46 of Macross 7. How about you go ahead and remind us of what happened last time?
Last time. Sorry if you heard that. Last time was Ambitious Fourth Planet, episode 45. And essentially is the gang gets captured and they must escape. And in the process of escaping, they discover what happened to all the people, or all the survivors of Macross 5. They're encased in a giant mushroom thing, having their life being drained out of them.
Did you ever play any of the Dark Pictures games?
No.
Oh, God, I can't.
Is that a pixel hunting games that you have to?
No, Dark Pictures. They're the same people that made Until Dawn.
Yeah, no.
It's the Dark Pictures anthology. They did God, I can't remember the names of any of them. They are they're like horror movies, but in game form. And one of them, I can't remember, it was like Ashes or something like that. It's basically aliens. It's like they're going to the Middle East, they're doing peacekeeping, they're trying to find Saddam Hussein's hidden cache of weapons of mass destruction. And one of the guys has this thing that finds a bunch of shit underground, and they think it's it, and they go in, and the ground collapses underneath them, and they're being hunted by what seems to be vampires, and it turns out they're actually alien vampires. And anyway, the nests of the alien vampires look almost exactly like this thing. Just replace all the people with like pods. Otherwise, it's these giant dome things.
So they're in this collection of pods. Now, the way they get out is because it turns out that Lord Gebenik wanted them to come here, and particularly they wanted to bring Basara, so that Basara could use his voice to do what eventually he ends up doing. Mylene is the one that starts singing, and that singing helps them confuse the guards, because these guards are the Centrati people that got captured in Macross 5. They hear the music.
I hate to say it, but you're going well out of order.
Yeah, I know. I went back a little bit to get to what.
Well, I mean, let's go back a little bit further to where Lord Gepernick puts Basara in like glowing yellow handcuffs and a neck brace that makes it so he can't sing, because that's the reason why Mylene has to sing in the first place.
Yeah, and he gets dragged out to his own prison, to his own cell, which is interesting because this base kind of looks like, I don't know if it's actually something they built. The Proto-Delvin, or something that they took from one of the ships or stuff like that.
No, I'm sure that when the expedition team landed, because you remember they have a ship there, which has to be the expedition team's ship, that they just had a bunch of materials, and then they made their new expedition slaves build all this stuff.
Yeah, so the expeditionary slaves, as well as the ones they took, with mostly all of them Centrati from Macross 5, Mylene, basically, Max has a heart-to-heart talk with her. It's like, yeah, this is the situation. This is what happened. Because, of course, Gamlin was supposed to be dead. We find out that he isn't dead. He's pretty messed up, though. Nearly freezing, bleeding, etc., but still there. And he convinces her, it's like, listen, we need you to essentially to sing. And she does. And that confuses the guards, which gives them a chance to escape and free Basara. In the process, Gobble shows up, and so does Gamlin, because he takes over one of the enemy fighters and in mechs, and literally slaps first he slaps Gobble away, which is pretty satisfying, and then he uses the spiritual beam to drain him. Doesn't kill him, but weakens him significantly so they can get out. But in the process, they see this sort of giant mushroom collection pot thing full of these people. And Basara, when he gets into his VF-19, Fire Bomber Special, he goes back to try to free them. But of course, this is Basara, and the only thing that Basara can do is sing, which he does. Seems to start reviving these people, but because they're strapped to these machines, Lord Gebenik goes like, spiritual farm, and brings him back again. Meanwhile, Captain Genius acquires a ship, which I think it's the ship that we talked about, the exploration ship that landed. Gets them and is like, everybody, we need to get out of here. But Basara's like, I'm so frustrated. Why are you doing this? But Basara doesn't get into head that Ligepenik is an evil SOB, right? It's like, and Gabble sees Gamlin fly away and swears revenge against him because he's the one he realizes he's the one who's always been messing him up with the giant, cannon thing. And it's like, I'm going to get you. And that's it. They escape.
Yeah, that is it. Obviously, I only changed one thing on the board, so there's no reason to bring it up. I just turned Gamlin from dead to alive, which is my power as God. Yeah, I mean, there's not really much to go over. I don't have any thoughts either because it's basically a pretty clean episode. There's, all that really, the only confusing bit is why the guards are so confused.
I think it's simply because her music interferes with their brain.
She's not wearing the enhancing outfit, though.
Yeah. I mean, I think that just gives her more power.
Well, no, because her singing didn't affect them before she started wearing that. Every time they sang at them while they're piloting, they're wearing the mind control helmet still, so...
Yes, but remember what you said earlier, you were right, that intense emotions power the spiritual, right? So she was feeling the loss of Gamlin, right? And that probably is what really boosted her music, right? We didn't see an aura or anything like that, but I think that's what... And remember, the effect is not they're being deprogrammed, right?
No, that's what I'm getting at, is the fact that Guvava can wander out in front of them.
Yeah.
And, do a Home Alone, thing, and then the two guys that are in front of their cell are very much still aware. They're not entranced, they're not staring at the door, and they're the closest people to it. It's just why is it that the people furthest away from her are the most entranced?
Well, I think they got jumped when they opened the door. So, I mean, if they had been fully alert, they just would have killed a couple of people.
No, they're standing in attention, facing away. They open the door, and they turn immediately. They're fully awake.
Yeah.
I have the same problem with them as the two guys in the hallway at Macross Plus.
Yeah, the guys who were...
why are they doing anything? Yeah, it's they weren't even at the concert. All right, well, I mean, like I said, it was a pretty clean episode, not much to discuss. I say we just go ahead and hop on into it.
Yep.
But before we get started,
make sure that you hit the like button,
hit that subscribe button,
comment down below to feed that algorithm.
On top of all that, if you want to watch more shows like this,
unfiltered,
uncensored,
and uncut,
as well as some early access stuff,
you can check it out over on the Patreon.
It's just $5 a month, but hey, no pressure.
There's zero pressure in order to do that. It's just a little bit of extra support, and it would be greatly appreciated.
Not one single new opening. They give us a new outro. I think that's just bad planning. By which I mean that people are more likely to see an intro than an outro. And like I said, she's in the opening.
She's supposed to mean something, but what is, I don't know.
Well, we know she's immortal.
We don't know. I mean, I don't know if that's true.
Well, whose hand is that? Also, what do you call a 40-year-old woman that looks like a... Well, not 40-year-old. She can't be 40.
Older.
Yeah, that's how I was going. Maybe 50, 60. That looks like she's 18.
Not even that. I don't think she looks like 16 or 15.
This is anime.
Yeah.
She could probably 20 for all we know. I call that immortality.
これはマクロス5の市民たちか。
Just to be fair to Masara, it's not like he had an opportunity to get them all out of there.
今のうちにバトロイド。ミレーヌさん。
I guess it's also surprising that that did anything, considering he could fly through ships. I think it's slapped.
みんな目を覚ませ。
I guess it really does imply that you can't power up the proto-devlet with the song alone.
蘇ったみんなのスピリチュアル。
Because otherwise, Gamlin would have just been healed by this. Instead of having to have it beam directly back at him like this.
ミスマチガムリン復讐日。
Oh, it's an enemy ship. Not.
Also, confusingly, how do fold coordinates work? Like, this is
never
foreign
explained.
ship. Yeah. I guess maybe that's why they teleported so far away from Macross
帰って
7.
きたんだ。
Because that's where all the enemy ships teleport to.
しかし全員で戻ってくることができなかった。生き残った者がいただけでも幸運と言わざるを得ない。
Hey, you remember those scenes that you literally just watched? Okay, but we're not gonna explain how Gavel just fucking got there.
復讐日。
Like, we saw them fly away, and Gavel was still on the planet.
エメラルドフォース、オルテックスタルイン少尉、以上戦死者27名。
Huh. I counted 22, but my math said there should have been more than 27.
スターゲイザーが帰ってきました。統合軍の正式発表はまだですが、サウンドフォース、ファイヤーボンバーの無事は
I guess it's a point in your column towards the mayor's math.
敵の目的は我々からスピリチアを奪うことにある。バロータ星系第4惑星にはまだマクロス5の乗組員たちが捕虜となっている。
So we can't just destroy it, or are we just gonna kill everybody?
いつプロトデビルが襲ってくるか分かりません。どのように対処すれば。艦長、各艦の迎撃用反応兵器封印解除のご命令を。
Nothing you can do it?
Yeah.
Also,
I mean, I think that.
why not attach your fold devices that you use for the
状況はま
aircraft?
すます悪くなった。
Or the Valkyries, rather?
艦長の
And
約
just
束
bundle up
お
all
返し
the
するわ。
nukes around those things.
でもあなたが無事でよ
Just
かっ
fold them
た。
right in on the planet.
Just kiss her already. Come on.
We have like 7 kids together. I think we're well past that.
Yeah,
ア
but
ニマ
they're
スピリチアの
separated, so
件
you
だ
know.
な。
Well, they're not.
敵の反応から
They're
確かに
separated, not divorced.
バサラの歌のよう
And
だ。
they're not even separated.
歌ですか。
ドクター千葉と共に研究を進めてもらいたい。
そうですな。
そうです
ァイヤーボンバーのみんなが無事に帰ってくれたことに乾杯。
乾杯。バサラいらないの？
No, he's being his mopey self.
いらないなら飲んじゃうよ。お酒入ってたんだ。
大丈夫かおい。
I mean, to be fair, they had a pretty big revelation and a pretty big like combat.
バサラはご機嫌斜めね。
向こうでやり残してきたことがあるんだ。
もうバサラのせいでお酒飲んじゃったじゃない。子供にお酒なんか飲ましていいと思ってんの？
飲んだのはお前の勝手だろ。
何よ。
He has a point.
こんなもんぶら下げて。
あ、これ
How do you
ダ
not
イヤモン
know?
ドか。ガキには似合わねえぞ。
何よ。
ガムリンにでもやっちまえば。ダイヤモンドフォースだから合うんじゃねえの？
これを左手の薬指にはめてください。
Okay, that was funny.
I don't understand how Bizarre doesn't know.
Yeah, he's being clueless again.
スピリチアパラダイス。
I guess they drain differently than Sybil does.
Oh, Diamond Force.
Yeah, Dick and Maury.
大変だったね、ガムリン。第4惑星はどうだったの？何？
Yeah, that's a trotty response. Same thing she experienced when Sybil came in.
Yatsbi. 純血日。
Pure-blooded. Is that something one Centrati would say to another? Sorry,
Kenkobi.
Proto-Teflon. Forgot my own theory.
どうしたの、グババ？
無邪気に。
ちょっとガムリンさん、私指輪のガムリンさん？
サクランビ。何をする？ルートスピリチア。アニマスピリチア。
ガムリンさん？
刺激日。
待って。
Well, so much for hoping that his connection with Mylene would snap him out, even though he was under control.
艦長、シティポリスから連絡が。つなぎます。
マクシミリアン艦長、ミリア首相が救急病院に運ばれました。
なんだって？
ドクターの話ではヴァンパイアに襲われた症状と同じだということです。なお、ダイヤモンドフォースのディック少尉、モーリー少尉および秘書のエリスも同じ被害に遭っています。
わかった。なんということだ。
プロトデビルンがマクロスセブン船団に再び潜入しているとしか考えられませんな。
ミリア。
艦長、軍施設を破壊している者がいます。
Imagine if the infiltrators had
第
done
4、
any
第
of
5、
this.
第6格納庫全開。
Or
メン
giggle.
テナンス工場半壊。軍施設のエリアには敵機の反応はありません。
潜入している敵の仕業かもしれませんな。
直ちに調査しろ。
Well, I mean, we know it's gotta be Gamlin.
何事だ。貴様。ガムリン隊。
徹底的に破壊してやる。制圧日。
ガムリン隊が。
Just remember that when all the infiltrators were running around with their own Valkyrie things, right?
なおも攻撃中と
They
のこ
could
と
have
です。
done any of
直
this
ちにエ
at
メラルド
any
ホースを出
time.
撃させろ。
了解。
ガムリンがバトロイドで暴れてるらしい。
リンさんが？
手当たり次第に軍施設を破壊してるんだとよ。
やっぱり。
Right, left. That's
だ
the
って
wrong
い
direction.
つものガムリンさんじゃなかったもの。
とにかく止めよう。
See, this is the structure of all those weird episodes that we had before, but it's actually being taken seriously. Like, what do the infiltrators do? Oh, they just fuck around. They don't do any of that. Now it's Gamlin, and he's destroying shit. Well, that seemed to have no effect.
ガムリン何やってるんだ。ガムリン応答しろ。
ガムリン隊応答してください。
爆発日。
ガムリン隊応答してください。ガムリン隊。
艦長、砲撃許可。
やむを得ませんな。
ターゲット VF17。
Come on, aim for his arms or something.
あっちだ。どいてろ。あいつは切れちまったんだ。
待って、絶対におかしいわ。何か訳があるはずよ。
Oh, you know you can people can
破壊したんだ。この罪は重い。
mind control.
運
So
行会議にかける必要もないくらいだ。ほら見ろ。わけも何にもねえ。ほっといたらこっちがやられちまうぜ。
あれはガムリンさんじゃない。ガムリンさんがどうかしちゃったのよ。
何？とにかく行くぜ。
戦い続ける空にオーロラは降りてく
The Gamble doesn't have his sound canceling shit anymore.
刺激で。
ガムリンさんどうしちゃったの？
まさかフロトデビルに取りつかれちまったのか。
その可能性は大きい。
Do we know about that?
スピリチュアを吸われたのはミリア、それにダイヤモンドフォース隊のメンバーたち。ガムリン隊に一番近い人間ばかり。
Yeah,
そうですな。
they don't know about possession.
それでガムリン
They've
さん
never
が
seen
死んじゃ
that.
ったのね。
Well, maybe Giggle. Maybe they picked it up from Giggle's dead body.
プロトデビル、出てけ。
Or the conversation about Ivana. You know, that was our expedition leader, Irene.
I guess so. I mean, no, yeah, because they knew that she took over. Kaepernick took over Iran.
Well, I mean, that reveal was only given recently when Irene said it on screen like an episode or two ago.
ガムリン隊にプロトデビルが取り付いているとして歌で追い出せるか。わかりません。まだ歌エネルギーの全てが分かっているわけではないのです。しかし可能性はあると思います。
艦長、プロトデビルを消滅させるチャンスです。ガムリン隊に乗り移ったプロトデビルをそのまま安全中域に移動させ、そこで反応兵器を使用し消滅させるのです。
ガムリン隊もろとも消滅しますな。
多少の犠牲はやむを得ないかと。プロトデビル一体と人間
That's why I like
一
Gamlin.
体やってみる価値は大いにあるでしょう。
I think my boy here's got a point. This is Jujutsu Kaisen rules.
プロトデビルに対する不安を一掃することができます。軍の士気に関わります。艦長、お願いよ。
ここはサウンドフォースに任せよう。
Well, maybe we can help the Gamble and not the left.
俺は何をやっていたんだ。バサラ、なぜ私にサウンドビームを。
ガムリンさんが元に戻った。
やった、戻
No
った。
memory though.
だが油断はするな。
ガムリンさん。
It's very simple pretended.
策略で。
ガムリンさん。
Sorry, you gonna choke her out? What do you? What is this?
こいつの体は思った通りアニマスピリチュアの波動に順応する適応日。
歌が効かないってのか。
なんだと。
考えられます。ガムリン体がフィルターになって歌エネルギーを吸収してしまったのです。なんてことだ。敵の方が先に気づくとは。
ガムリンさん、
この健康美を殺されたくなかったらおとなしくしていることだ。
Made him a filter.
ミレーヌ、動くな。
So what happened to your pinpoint field?
よーし、おとなしくついてこい。副従備。
It's in the arm. You have to use the arm to block it.
Oh, they've done like automatic things all over the body this whole show.
No,
They
it has to
have.
block over the
No,
arm.
they've done it automatically through the whole show. He's taking hits all over. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been damaged. No, yes.
Agree to disagree. We're going to talk about the whole thing.
バートン大佐の言う通りです。反応兵器の発射準備を。
確かにプロトデビルンを消滅させるチャンスですな。しかしこれではサウンドフォースも消滅ですか。
このままプロトデビルンを逃がしたら全ては奴らの思うツボです。
マクシミリアン艦長、自分はこれが犠牲者を最小限に抑える方法だと信じます。
反応兵器スタンバイ。
艦長。
ターゲット VF-17D。
I mean, you literally know the sound source does nothing. So.
何か策がありますかな。
いや、だがこのボタンは私が押す。
バサラ、反応兵器で全て片付けるつもりだぞ。
何かデータ反応兵器だ。他にねえのかよ。
A heavy-handed message, that one.
目標座標軸修正 S1R321 N4.2
No, they detected
標準固定
the ship jumping in, so they.
No, I said have that ship know to be
全艦
there.
反応弾発射準備完了しました。
We didn't see that.
It-
That would say anything
it
about
jumped.
communications.
It jumped in. Well, they have
I
some
know
on
it
the
jumped
way.
in. I understand what folding is. We can't be this far in Macross. You explaining
貴
folding
様の
to
狙いは
me.
俺なんだろう。ミレーヌは話しやがれ。
ターゲット捕捉中、距離2000、誤差 0,002、補助角 0,002%。
レイ、このままだと俺たちも反応弾の餌食だぜ。
まあな。
ターゲットと敵艦の距離200。
What a nonchalant response to getting nuked.
下がって。ここは俺に任せていけ。ミレーヌさん、
いつもガムリンさんは助けてくれた。今度は私がガムリンさんを助ける番よ。
何？
ミレーヌ！
何をしようと言うんだ、ミレーヌ。
神様は忙しくて今でも話せないこの世界はちょっと不思議なまるでメリーゴーラン
The way she was cocking her head back, I was worried she was going for a headbutt.
嵐もやってくるけど Let it say your heart 夢を描くまっすぐな瞳たちを Let it say
You may have adapted, but you may not have worked taking it out, but still effective.
Never said how effective the filter was.
悲しみと微笑みのバランスを取る街で立ち止まり見上げた空続く Run away the road 一人の力なんて弱いけど
ガムリンさん
Did it work?
Still fucking notes up that ship.
ガムリンさん
大したお嬢様ですな。時に艦長。
なんだね。
本当にボタンを押す気だったのですかな。
I guess we'll never know.
押すべき時にはな。
Oh, I was really hoping they were going to pan down. His hand was like right there on the button.
Yeah. But he did say if it's necessary, right? It's like he would have done it.
静かなもんだ。
大丈夫なんですか？
Yeah, well, usually in
今
this
タイの
situation, the
体は
trope
ミ
is
レー
like,
ヌの歌エ
oh,
ネルギー
we'll
で充
never
満
know,
している。
right? You know.
気持ち
That's
の
what I
安定を
mean.
失ってるってこと
So
さ。
peaceful. The guy who tied him up while he was dressed up as a, as creepy as to say, you know.
歌に乗っ
Now
かって
you
な。
put that image in my head, it's like, yeah, you're right. Ew.
分かってねえな。
何がよ。
なんでもねえよ。
何よ。
Oh God, Basara saying the same shit over and over.
知らねえよ。
ひどい、自分で言い出しといて。
何にも言ってねえよ。
言ったじゃない。ねえ、教えてよ。何が分かってないのか。気になるじゃない。
I mean, it was nice,
now
though.
you get it.
I liked
I
it,
like
though.
the episode, but of course, Basara has to ruin it. And it's like, well, now you're getting it. What am I getting? I'm not gonna tell you.
I mean, you know what your theory is.
Yeah, the power of love and and
No,
music. and all
that he's achieved nirvana. He's centered himself in the universe.
That's not my theory. I'm gonna say it to the last day of my
Well,
dying breath.
unfortunately, you are the one who came up with it. So that makes it your theory. So.
No, you came up with it. I didn't talk about that.
No, you did actually. It was you. Why would I come up with the Buddha? That's weird. It's out of nowhere.
Ugh.
Anyway, yeah, no, this is like all those other infiltrator vampire episodes, if they were taken seriously. Like, they even mentioned the city police.
Yeah.
The city police were never got mentioned in any of those old episodes. And my problem with the ship is that we never saw Gamlin communicating with anybody.
I mean, that's true.
Yeah, so it's like, do they have a psychic connection that they just know what to do? Because obviously you have to think, when Gabble is talking to Grabble in space, are they actually talking? Because space.
Yeah.
俺の歌でお前たちのハートをフィーバーさせるぜ。
バサラ、歌っちゃダメ。死んじゃうよ。
俺のスピリチュアが欲しければやるぜ。
次回、バサラシス。
過激にファイヤー。
Okay, just put it out there. Also, Sybil's back.
Finally.
Yeah. So, I think they said 7. I said we had 5. So 2 more would be 7.
No, I think it's one that can divide into more than
I don't know. We only see 2.
Yeah, remember that each one has its own trick as well. I think this is the one.
No, I don't remember that.
Oh, okay. The big frog guy has a laser beam. The other one can summon the pink monsters.
Go ahead. What's Sybil's trick?
Sybil's trick is simply that she's small and she can just soak up all this energy at once.
That's Gabble's trick.
No, Gabble is the scientist. He's the one who has the technology and can merge with the other one.
Being smart isn't a trick.
It is for him. That's his gimmick.
He does the same thing Sybil does. He drains people. He inhabits their bodies. He's small. He does everything Sybil does.
Yeah, but his gimmick is that he is the scientist. Like, I have the technology to. He's the one who's been developing the technology to counter the sound force.
Your definitions of a gimmick is like, that guy, he's athletic. That's his gimmick. Shiva, he's smart. That's his gimmick. I don't know. It's not the definite. They all have like special thing. His gimmick is he's got super powered beams from his hand. His gimmick is he's super athletic. It's like it's a weird definition. That's all. I don't know. I think it's more like a twins thing.
Could be. We're about to find out, aren't we?
Well, it's all about if there's 7 of them, that doesn't include Gepernick for some reason. Then,
if there are 2 of them, and not, someone that can split.
I'm obviously not saying it's definitely not that they can split in half. I just think that's the cheesiest thing that you can do. And here at the very end, we've kind of gone, more serious.
Let's be honest. This is a show. We're talking about Macross 7.
You can't
cheesy
judge.
Cheesy is not something that they will not do. Come on.
You can't judge the end here based on the last 30 episodes.
Oh, yeah, no, I should not be guided by everything that happened up to this point. I'm just going to forget everything and just go like, they wouldn't do that again because it's too cheesy.
Well, I'm glad you agree.
I'm being sarcastic.
I know.
For the record.
I know. I'm just saying that these last few episodes have been real serious. Like, they finally decided to go all in on everything that they set up. The same way I've been saying that Gamlin here, becoming an infiltrator, did everything that the infiltrators should have fucking been doing. And that they've included the city police. They thought about all the background elements, and they just started doing them. The same way that this was the serious version of like 10 to 12 previous episodes implies to me that we're done with the cheesy shit. I mean, we might still do a couple of cheesy things, but we're going to do them seriously. You know, kind of like when you have a straight man in a comedy movie. Yeah, we're still going to do cheesy stuff, but that's only because we've established they're cheesy characters. The characterization doesn't change. The situation that they're in does. Kind of like, what's the main character's name in, I can't remember the beginning of the movie. Little China.
Big Trouble in Little China?
Big Trouble in Little China, yeah. You know, how he's supposed to be like the straight man in this weird situation.
Yeah, but he's pretty cheesy too. And
that's what I'm saying, though. He's still the straight man, and he's a cheesy straight guy.
Yeah.
Just a weird way to say that, but you know what I meant. But yeah.
I can imagine a straight guy lathered in cheese whiz. He's a cheesy straight guy.
It ain't
straight
easy
man.
Being cheesy. But yeah, my biggest problem with that episode was literally just the teleporting ship.
Yeah,
the folding ship.
It literally came out of nowhere.
Yeah, why would they do that? Maybe if there was like some line from Gepernick like earlier on in the episode, like follow them, you know, something.
I mean, Gepernick simply just revived them and he just did the thing. Also, the fact that he appeared in their ship as well.
Yeah,
I guess
what I was saying at the beginning of the episode,
he can do a microfold, I guess.
Well, we've seen that at least Gepernick has that power. I'm assuming they all do, because Volgo teleports too, or teleported. He was no longer alive by this airing, but
yeah.
But I was going to say in my own defense, when I was harping on it at the beginning of the episode, is Gabble, pretty fucking fast. Could have just flown out and followed them. You know, float on board,
and didn't get detected.
It's an alien ship. Maybe they don't know the systems.
I guess.
Like I said,
I mean, they knew enough to fly it and jump it back to where they needed to go. So yeah,
sure. But I mean, that could be like Star Trek 4, Star Trek 4, right? You know, just it's a Klingon bird of prey, but fuck it, we kind of know how this works. Yeah, but no, I was saying about Gepernick telling like one of the faceless minions follow them would at least explain why one ship just folds out of nowhere into the space where obstinately maybe their ship folded to as well. My whole question at the beginning of the episode: how do fold coordinates work? Like, do these guys remember the fold coordinates of the fleet to be able to to be able to fold there? Because I assume those are complicated coordinates. Because otherwise, it's a different ship. They don't have them pre-programmed in to just go back to. Or do they even have the same hyper whatever sensors to be able to detect where the fleet is to port back to it?
I have no answers to that. And I'm not going to try to make up answers because they're going to sound silly.
All right. Well, any other thoughts about this episode?
I like the action. I like that it's centered on Mylene and Gamlin. I still got infuriated by Basara saying, "Oh, hey, you got it. Okay, what did I get? I didn't say anything. He literally says, I didn't mean anything by it. And he walks away. I'm like, you absolute
to be
moron.
fair, by this point in time, you should understand what he means by you get it.
Yeah, but
all the times he said you don't get it, you should be able to like narrow it down by now. Wait, what is he getting and not getting?
Yeah, but it's still kind of infuriating. It's like, just say it already. What's stopping you from saying, hey, we're trying to reach them with our music, etc.? Huh? Right? Just once, go. Yeah, this is what I'm doing.
Well, he kind of has.
I mean, aside from shouting, I wanted my song to reach the galaxy, which is okay. We get that.
He says,
part,
I'm trying to touch their hearts. He said
their
before,
heart, yeah.
And I can understand as somebody who gets really annoyed having to repeat himself that you might not want to say it ever again, especially when you've screamed it at people like 5 times in a row.
It doesn't stop him from screaming it when he wants to, you know.
Oh, that's bizarre. He does what he wants when he wants. I guess my problem with that interaction is that I was hoping for, not bizarre, sorry, the Gamlin Mylene one, stepping back a one step, because I was kind of hoping that there was like a part of Gamlin that would fight Gavel. You know, that the connection between him and Mylene was strong enough that some part of him would resist trying to hurt her. And not having sound force be like a necessary thing. Obviously, it would be the thing to still save him because it's supernatural force v supernatural force. But if the whole thing is touching hearts, then shouldn't his heart already have been touched by the pre-existing romantic relationship?
I mean, I think the issue is that in many ways, Gamlin is when he gets possessed, it's a non-issue. It's all about Gabble being a dickwad and being taken, get rid of him, right? It's affecting him. That's the heart that they have to reach, right?
Right, but I mean, we spent all this time establishing Gamlin's relationship with Mylene, and now here at the very end, where we've taken it to the next step. Hey, you're wearing my ring, all that stuff. Hey, let's have that conversation about everything. That emotional peak has been reached, where all of our conversations about touching hearts to one another, that's been achieved. They should have a connection where if we're doing an emotional thing, he's already set up for it. That he should be able to reach out to strangle her like he did, and then his hand freezes in midair, and it's Gabble's like, why can't I fucking move this arm?
But I think it's also time to give Mylene more agency. Like, she's the one who, also Gubava is the one that realizes something is wrong and gets in the middle of it. And then, but she says oh no, clearly something wrong with him. And because he says that, it's like, everybody's like, okay, we're going to need help.
Well,
right?
that still happened.
And also the fact that she says, I need to save him, right? He can't, if he's struggling, it kind of feels like he's kind of saving himself a little bit, where she's the one that really saves him all the way through. Also, I mean, we've seen all the emotional connections. Akiko had a strong connect. The
Akiko Ray thing is different only because Ray has been pushing her off the entire time, literally since they were teenagers. Apparently,
they cut away when Akiko jumped into his arms. So I don't know what happened there. We don't know.
But my problem, I'm saying that's post Civil Kiko.
Yeah.
I'm saying when Kiko was inhabited by Civil and she's flirting with Ray, that is before that explosion of emotion. Because I'm only way to describe that. Because I think I'm going on a suicide mission. Okay, I don't fucking care what your feelings are, Ray. Here's my feelings. So I think that establishes that people who are reserved with one another don't have that. But I feel like this was the opportunity to show people who are in that kind of way with one another. I just feel it's a missed opportunity. And I understand that what I'm describing is also kind of just a trope.
Yeah, it is very much. It's a battle on the side of the mind kind of thing, where the person's like, no, I really loved you. And
it's very ironic. I was literally just watching the comic, one of the comic channels talking about Bizarro Superman fighting, where Bizarro goes into Superman's mind and the whole world starts becoming Bizarro. So literally just got done watching an episode of mental struggle against that sort of thing. But, I don't know. I feel like it would have been more rewarding to me to have watched Gamlin try to fight back Mylene could still have had the whole saving Gamlin thing. That doesn't change. All it does is show that Gamlin cares enough about Mylene to have had some sort of mental fortitude to fight back. I mean obviously he couldn't have stopped anything, and it also would have shown everybody that he did attack, that he did care about, that he cares about Mylene more than everybody else.
I think also the fact, well, there might be something meta about this, is that this episode had a very quick clip to it. It was very fast. Things were happening very quickly, and you only have about 22 minutes. So I think they, there's only so much they're going to show, and they decided, okay, let's show Captain, Max struggling with firing the weapons. There's so other things, and they decided that's the part that they were.
That's an easy fix. Instead of having Guvava jump between them because for some reason Gabble wants to kiss Mylene to suck out her spiritua, do the hand thing, and boom, I'm satisfied. You've increased the enjoyment of the show for me. I don't know why Gabble wanted to kiss Mylene. It took Sybil how much fights with Basara before she broke that barrier?
I think he understood what she meant to him and wanted to hurt her, basically.
Probably.
All about revenge.
Yeah. All right. Well, that has been us for this episode. Once again, I have been Theta. This has been Lessons. We've been Stoneface Reactions, and we will catch you next time. Bye-bye.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stoneface Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what you thought about this video, what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?